News Update.
Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to NBC News Daily. I'm Mackenzie Jonikin with your Midday Ark-La-Miss update. Local authorities have yet to give up on solving the murder of a young boy that happened back in 2021. Here's NBC 10's Chelsea Monet with this week's Ark-La-Miss Most Wanted.
This week, we are revisiting a murder that claimed the life of a 10-year-old boy out of Bastrop, Louisiana. Detectives' investigation has never led to an arrest, leaving his mother and sisters searching for answers and a murderer on the loose.
It was the worst day of my life. Planning a funeral for my 10-year-old baby. That was the worst thing I ever had to do.
And it was almost like a surreal situation. Something that I definitely wouldn't wish on him.
I want my baby. I mean, I'm sad, I'm angry.
It was the 4th of July, 2021, around 9:50 p.m. First responders were dispatched to a drive-by shooting on Carbon Plant Road in Bastrop. Upon arrival, they found 10-year-old LeBron Robinson suffering from a gunshot wound to the chest and was transferred to Morehouse General Hospital, where he later died. Early in the investigation, police mentioned there was a large crowd on the scene at the time of the shooting, but when police asked what happened, everyone claimed to not have seen anything.
There were several people, out at the slab that particular night. And we do find it hard to believe that no one saw anything. Someone had to have saw something. So we're asking for the public's help. If you know anything, seen anything, please come forward. There are ways you can come forward anonymously. Just please come forward to relay some kind of information to us so we can get justice for the boy.
Anyone with information in this case is asked to call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. LeBron Robinson was laid to rest on Friday, July 9, 2021. For Ark-La-Miss Most Wanted, I'm Chelsea Monet.
For local fugitives that have been captured, pick up a copy of the Justified newspaper at your local convenience store. Tonight, the West Monroe Police Department will conduct an impaired driving checkpoint from 6 p.m. until midnight. The checkpoint will be on a roadway within city limits of West Monroe, and there will be several law enforcement agencies at the checkpoint. Certified child safety seat officers will also be present at the checkpoint to guarantee correct car seat installation. Also happening today, there are a couple of St. Patrick's Day events you can go to. The first is at Enoch's. This is their 44th annual celebration, and they will be having a raffle to support the St. Vincent de Paul Pharmacy. A portion of their sales today and 100% of every ticket cost will be going to the pharmacy. Davey Arney will also be performing live at 8:30 tonight.
And now, Storm Tracker Doppler weather with meteorologist Trey Tonneson.
Started out with some rumbles of thunder yesterday afternoon and transitioned into some storms and then some decently strong storms overnight across southern Arkansas first and then parts of north central Louisiana. Good news is for today, most of those storms have moved on out to the east. And with that, a cold front also moving to the east and helped to push those through our atmosphere through the overnight hours. Now on into your Saturday and Sunday, more cool air flowing into the northeastern United States and below average temperatures returning for the southern United States as well. But moving on into your day today, temperatures not too bad for highs into the low to mid 50s with those morning storms continuing before they move on out to the east, leaving us with some lingering rainfall into the second part of your day and afternoon. As for temperature lows tonight, into the low to mid 40s, clouds lingering, more of a broken pattern throughout the evening. But the good news is on into your weekend, we're moving forward into a mostly sunny pattern with cooler temperatures. Watch out for those overnight lows Saturday and Sunday into the low 30s, possibly just above freezing. Then into next week, we start warming up again. A little bit of cloud cover returns, but not much rain.